Now me, I was doing it because I was in the working in the it was for Creighton um steel and
Hey,
shit.
Big J, I ain't got but a minute.
Uh,
But
Go
I,
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
good morning, Suckers. I
Good
noticed something
morning.
about PhD. I want to see if you picked it up. You know, I hadn't been to Sharon panel in a minute.
Hmm.
It looked like she don't like women. Like she have a parasocial relationship. She don't like other Sharon agreeing with other women.
Oh, you noticed that?
So it ain't my eyes.
No, it ain't so eyes. That stupid ass woman
Oh,
started some shit with me.
I
The
haven't been
first
over
time
there in
I
a
ever,
while.
I was on Bone Terrorist channel. She was up there, and the bitch started talking crazy to me. I don't even know her. Had never spoke to her before. She was automatically aggressive. Off real.
And it looked like women who he done had a couple of conversations. Cause I had noticed it a while ago too. And then this like my second time I want to say in Sharon channel in like months. The second or third time in about 4, 5, 6 months. And I peeped it. And I had thought it the other day when I seen her in the chat. I said to myself, she gonna start something the next time she come up here. And I'll be damned.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I, I hadn't been watching. I just want to make sure it wasn't me.
Yeah.
I wasn't getting it wrong.
Yeah. I actually when it comes to PhD, but yeah, I peep game about her, and I told her and Sherrod the other day, you're safe on Bomb's channel and you're safe on Sherrod's channel. You ain't safe anywhere else
But I
because
don't.
yeah, because you know, I was considering breaking that bullshit up, but I said, you know what, I'll leave it alone. I ain't gonna, whatever. I said, I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm just gonna avoid them because it's always on some bullshit. You know,
A
like
couple of days I was in there, and it just went on Sharon channel. Maybe two
mm-hmm,
days ago. It was
mm-hmm.
3 days since the and I said I wanted to see, and some told me, because she was typing in the chat, she wasn't saying in particular, but some just said the next that it was gonna be some. I had just wanted to jump up there or jump up and see. I got
Because I got this up. Let me go ahead and put this up here. Section 107 of the 1976 Copyright Act. It's fair use, by the way. Fair use. So now what Coach is talking about happened earlier today, right? Happened earlier today, and I came over there to prove a point, right? I went over there to prove. I'm still gonna try to prove this point about how fraudulent these Negroes are. So let's go ahead and play this. This is at the 2 hour and 31 minute and 36 second mark of this 5 hour and 18 minute live stream here. Let's play it. So none of y'all can't. So there's no sound. Well, I tell you what. Since there's no sound, I'm going to start over. Yeah, since there's no sound, I will start this bullshit over again. Because I noticed something, right? I noticed something. What Koja was saying. Okay, you heard what Coach is saying, right? You heard what Coach is saying. Okay, good. So let me go ahead and do this real quick. Okay, let me do this real quick. I'm good now. Okay, let me go ahead and go back to where I was at. All right. Now, like I said, okay. So we're at the 2 minute, the 2 hour and 34th minute mark of this live stream. We at the two. I'm gonna say this again. The 2 hour and 34 minute mark of this live stream. I want you, and if you can hear it, if y'all can hear it, let's play it.
It's not making money. And the other thing with Elon, I think somebody just told you the percentage of what he owes. Also, he purchased a pretty successful business.
Now, notice that Koja showed up, right? And this happened earlier today, this morning. And this is proving my point.
I don't know enough about Tesla. I'm not going to go into that because I don't know what he didn't do. What I do know is he does not have the acumen or the skills to be an auditor for the United States government. If they wanted to find some people that they could have done an audit, even if they wanted to have outside people that maybe had worked for the government and place some real oversight, okay, fine. But to have someone that's 19 named Big Balls, and to also have people that are being fired that do the nuclear codes, people that were probationary being fired, and they sent out letters saying that these people did not meet expectations, and none of these people had ever gotten a bad review. On top of, they fired these people via email, and they didn't even have the decency to put their names on it. They got generic emails. We don't do business this way. Even if you are going to let people go, there's a way that you lay people off. You give notices. You do it in waves. You get these people support so that they can sign up for unemployment. They can't even sign up for unemployment because they don't have release letters. And these are American citizens. These people were not political. They were just professional federal employees going to work, doing their job.
Good morning.
So industries
Good morning.
don't
Good
have
day to you. All right. So BMU was very patient. Go ahead, BMU. Then we have Big J.
No, I was
Did he
after
read that?
BMU.
No, I want to know if Cool Nerd saw you shared the screen. Did he see it?
Okay. I show it again. Go ahead, BMU. It's the stage. Go ahead, BMU, and then we got Big J.
But
all right, so can y'all hear me?
Yes.
So I just want to, Tipocracy, I agree with her on one thing when she says she's on neither side. She's just right down the middle. I said that last week as well when I came up. But we're looking at it like, and I look at it like this. I was watching a interview a while back that Revolt did when they did T.I. and Candace Owens. They were all on stage and they were arguing back and forth. And Killer Mike stopped them and said, guys, listen, we're sitting here arguing about what we want Caucasian people to do for us, whether they white or whether they Republican or Democrat. We're arguing that we're at the bottom on everything. And so when did we get to the point where we can argue when we became number?
I'm tired of you Negroes asking that stupid ass question over and over again, making the same statement that somebody else made 17 years ago. Can y'all say something new? Can y'all at least say something new? I want to hear something new be heard. Can y'all say something new besides that? And this tells me y'all have no business talking about no serious topic. Y'all have no business talking because the only thing y'all up there for is fuckery.
Number one. When will we be number one? When will we get to the top of what we're talking about?
Well, you'll be number one and you might be number two until you drop the fuckery and the goddamn what's it call it? Your Arrested Development behind. That's when you will be number one and number two. Shut the fuck up.
Number one, whether Trump's in office, whether it's Biden, whether it's Clinton, whoever. Like, when do we get to the point where we start to see the benefit? Because over the last 20, 30, 40 years that all of us has been in existence, at what point did we benefit from any president being in office? That's just my question.
Hold on. I'm sorry. When have we benefit from any president? Well, okay, let's go back to Obama, right? From April of 2011 to January of 2017, black unemployment dropped from 15% to 5%. Black people benefited from Barack Obama being president. Anybody can go to the labor statistics. Some y'all can go to myankletrends.net and look that information up. No matter what metric you use, black unemployment dropped dramatically under the second term of Obama. Well, actually, starting the first term, but it just dropped during the second Obama term. You have people on here online who don't know shit, but they're talking. You don't know a fucking thing, but here you talking. Shut the fuck up.
We benefited plenty of times. Civil rights. We benefited.
Civil rights turned into something else, Sharon. We both know that. Come on.
Right.
Actually,
Because, so here's
actually, we
the
should
problem
be
is
suing.
the problem is that for some reason we think that we are not American. That's the problem.
We should be suing because we only get 3%.
Now the order was BMU and then me. Why do niggas want to go out of order on our live streams? And then y'all want to know why though I cuss you niggas out for?
A federal contract when we're 13%.
Please let me finish.
Exactly, Koja. There
So
you go,
hold on.
Koja.
It doesn't. So like all those things, what you're saying, like this idea that we are only 13% of this country. So
You know what, soup bone. I wish RBR was still here. Because if RBR was still here, Sherrod wouldn't have all these, wouldn't have all the attention. He wouldn't have all this attention if RBR was still here. That's why though I miss RBR more. I miss RBR every day. You wouldn't have bullshit artists like Sherrod here. Yeah. I'd rather have Obama back. I'd rather have Obama back. You know, at least I know what I'm getting. You know, at least I can sit there and think, okay, I didn't like how he continued the war in Afghanistan. You know, I ain't like how though he, you know, on some of his foreign going to Gaddafi, but he got us out of Iraq. You know, America was somewhat chilled. All right, around the world.
everything that we got to just start taking advantage of it. We got to stop acting like
No, minorities only get 3% collectively.
Okay, calm down. Let Sharon finish.
So we as a people got to take advantage of the things that is in front of us so we can keep on moving forward. It cannot be that 1 minute y'all saying that it doesn't affect black people and black people have nothing stopping them. And then now we're saying that we don't get nothing from this U.S. government. It cannot be both sides. We cannot.
Can I rebut Sharon real quick though? Roland Martin did a show, and on his show he was talking about the media, and he was talking about black media, and he said that we are getting contracts, I mean, at 2%, 3% for the media.
And yes, and I tag Roland Martin into this because I'm gonna address this thing called black media. This thing we call black media, and there's a reason why I have to thumbnail the way it is.
He said we're not even being, when it comes to elections, when it comes to big things that are happening in the country, they do not reach out to black media.
Well, let me tell you why they will not reach out to black media. Anytime I go to Roland Martin video or Roland Martin channel, Roland Martin attack other people. Roland Martin put his foot in his own mouth all the fucking time. Now, Roland Martin is not alone in this, right? He's not alone in any of this shit. Because Roland Martin, Field the Advice Show, who I'm about to cook and roast later on in this live stream, by the way. You got that fake, that hair hat hooligan by the name of what's her name? What's that? The hair hat by the name of Vicky Dillard. Talk black to me. You got that racist woman on the African Diaspora channel. And yes, Phil the Advice Show. I tag you in this too, because I'm calling your ass out too, though. Because I see what you're doing, Phil. But anyway, let me go ahead and play it.
We don't vote.
And so he was fighting. So he was
But
fighting
we
for
pay
the right.
taxes.
I'm gonna
Right.
start dropping people. We cannot just have patience. Please.
So we were
Oh, we're gonna drop people for people who don't have patience. Okay, Sherrod, let's talk. Let's go, Sherrod. Let's go by that shit. Because I was supposed to be the one talking, not BMU have already spoken.
so basically he said he was fighting for the right to get more backstage passes, more passes for them to go to the White House, more passes for them to interview more congressmen and senators.
Yeah, but Roland Martin also sit there and blast other black reporters and black people who are bloggers. Because Roland Martin wants to be the top, the head nigga in charge. Roland Martin is not innocent in all this shit. That's why though I run away from racial identity politics, because there's always somebody using race to bring attention to awareness to certain issues when it's more about lifting him or herself up. That's why I'm about to go in on Phil the Advice Show in a minute.
And he said they rejected them.
Okay.
Right? They didn't give them opportunity. You know, they have these black media companies. They're not getting opportunities to even do their job as media. So that's the point that I was making.
So the problem is that we, as a black culture, we need to get behind our own black media, so this way we can actually have power and force them to do the right thing. This is the thing. So the thing is out there. White companies is getting pushed out of the goddamn media as well. Right now, as we speak, he's not allowing certain white medias to come up there and have a conversation with him. This is not something new. Again, we got to get behind each other. All I'm asking is for,
we got to get behind each other, huh, Sherrod? But wait for what you're about to do. And this is the reason why I'm not going to complain about this no more. All I'm going to say is consequences going to be made based on your punk ass decisions here.
likes and fucking shares. I can't even get that. I can't even get 200 likes, and then we want to try to act like
I can't get 200 likes. Yeah. I was there watching live. You had like 147 likes, but there was like 300 people watching you. It was like 270. It was close to 300, right? Watching you. But you're complaining about likes and views. You were complaining about nobody putting likes in your fucking ass, your punk ass, drama filled, ghetto ass channel of yours with your punk ass.
black media is so important to us.
Okay, Sharon, that's
Is
the
that what
point
we're
I was
gonna
about to make.
fucking say right now? Is that black
Well,
media is so important to us? Well, I can't give a fucking 100 likes whether you like it or fucking not. I can't.
Wow. Huh? What? Say that again, Sherrod. Let me go ahead and rewind that. Let me rewind that a minute early.
Need to get behind our own black media, so this way we can actually have power and force them to do the right thing. This is the thing. So the thing is out there. white companies is getting pushed out of the goddamn media as well. Right now, as we speak, he's not allowing certain white medias to come up there and have a conversation with him. This is not something new. Again, we got to get behind each other. That all I'm asking is for likes and fucking shares. I can't even get that. I can't even get 200 likes, and then we want to try to act like black media is so important to us.
Okay, Sharon, that's
Is
the
that what
point I
we're
was
gonna
about to make.
fucking say right now? Is that black
But
media is so important to us? Well, I can't give a fucking 100 likes whether you like it or fucking not. I can't.
Well, that's you and your fan base, because you, Brownsville, and your fan base are a bunch of punk ass people. You're complaining about something that you create. You are mad about something your black ass create. And you over here complaining. Now, if that was me saying this shit, somebody would say, "Oh, Big J, you're being jealous." Some of y'all would be sitting there saying, "Oh, I'm jealous." If I said the same thing Sherrod said, "Oh, Big J, you being jealous. You jealous of this person, and you're jealous of that person." Shut the fuck up.
Can't get fucking shares. The
I
problem
agree.
is too many times we keep on pushing up and propping up the wrong fucking people, and then we're gonna try to make some fake ass conversation about we ain't getting treated right. You ain't treating ourselves right.
Hey, I agree with you, Sharon, but think about it. Even though you oppose the office that's in right now, you should have the opportunity to sit with him in the Oval Office and ask him anything you want to ask him.
No, that's
Right.
not
So
true.
even if no, he should have the right to. He's a citizen. He pays taxes. He should be able to, as a media company for himself, he should be able to sit down with senators and congressmen in his state or local officials or people in the White House and have these conversations and ask opposed.
Well. Now here's where y'all gonna say I'm jealous at. Y'all gonna say okay, but y'all never support my channel when I have the libertarian candidate for president. We were talking about reparations. When we had the Green Party candidate over here in 2016 and 2020, I had the Green presidential candidate on my channel. None of y'all support that bullshit. None of y'all sit there was here when I had Greg Marcel Dixon over here a few months ago, 6 months ago. Where was you niggas at? Oh, y'all want to gender bang. Y'all want to talk about black men and black women. We hate each other. Woo, 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 woo. So now it's amazing that the same people who's up in this goddamn panel got the fucking issue to tell me I'm jealous because I told people, well, why don't y'all do this? And now Sherrod is saying, well, nobody ain't support my channel because but y'all on the damn panel. But that's not what I'm here for. When concerning Sherrod, that's not what I'm pissed off about.
And questions,
That
but
is
will he
fine.
get the right?
That is fine and true. So everybody has a right to fight for the right to speak to whoever they want to speak to. But as a media business, first of all, we got to have a certain amount of black media business in the first fucking place. We do not have enough of that. We do not have enough black businesses in the first effing place. This is why we do not get government contracts on the scale that we should be, even though we have 13%. The reason why we got 3%, because we do not have enough black own businesses.
Sherrod, you spent 12 hours online. You spent 5, 6, 7 hours on your channel. Then you go to another channel, spend another 5, 6, 7 other hours on that channel. Where's the time for you on that shit? No, you trying to fight. You trying to fight Fatty and J.E. Prince. and have your cousin act like a fucking using your cousin as a shield on your fuckery. But that's not what I'm here for.
So I have a question, Sharon. So what would you? So if Roland Martin was on your show right now, what advice would you give him for being in the media, black media, for 20 years? What advice would you give him about what he said on the show about he even got pushed out of some doors and wasn't allowed to be a part of the black media plan and the budget of the black media budget and all that stuff? So what would you say to him if you had a conversation with him?
What I would say to him is a good possibility because he is not being the right media for that campaign. And you just got to be able to accept that as well. I understand that I'm not the right media for some people that is watching this show right now, and that's why they are afraid to hit the like button, share button, because they just hear.
I'm not the right one. So that's why you didn't hit the like button and the media button, the like button and the share button. The reason why people don't want to support you, Sherrod, you're a messy ass bitch. You're messy as fuck. And if any of y'all got a fucking problem with what I just said, I'll drop the link. But I'm not there yet about the link yet.
To hate watch, and that is okay as well. So you cannot be mad if you are always the opposing person, and then you are always ridiculing the opposing person, and now they feel a certain way, and they like, F that, I don't want you here. You cannot be mad about that. It's either you're going to be biased and play the middle and have both sides at all times so everybody will accept you, or you're going to play your side, and it is what it is. And so Roland Martin, he played the side of, it is what it is, and we cannot be mad at that.
Right. And he himself,
hold on. It's my turn to talk.
Even Roland Martin mentioned that he don't get the support from black people. So, first of all, when he was talking about was during the election, if we as black people not voting on a large scale, then guess what? Then we're gonna get overlooked doing when it's time to talk about who you're gonna vote for.
But that shouldn't matter if we paying our dollars.
Okay. I think it's my turn to talk now.
Big J.
Okay, go ahead, Big J. Okay. Boy,
yeah.
Go ahead, Big J.
So the thing is, right, when we talk,
your mouth. I'd like to see it.
Goddamn. It says Bob stuttering ass on.
But can I say this here out?
And that's, you're going to suffer the consequences on that shit. Right there. I'm a stuttering what? Now, I know who gave you that donation. Or I'm going to say, I think there's about 3 people, I believe, gave you that punk ass donations. But you're going to suffer the consequences of that. But anyway, I'm not done yet because he did this again.
Can I say this here?
Yes, you can, but hold on.
I want to say this here.
We should. I know you hear me say, hold on.
Oh, no, I didn't. Sorry.
All right. So let's just get some calmness to it. So again, if we are going to have this whole black media conversation, we got to first even support our local black media. God damn. Let me see where we at with the likes of shares, because I'm tired of people saying this all this BS about how these other people that he has 1 million followers.
No. That's a sound of you being jealous, Sherrod. That's a sign of your black ass being fucking jealous, Sherrod. I don't want nobody to say a fucking thing to me.
Followers. Roland Martin. Don't tell me that he's struggling streaming. He ain't struggle streaming. Not even close to struggle streaming. And we are going to really be trying to have these goddamn conversations, and then let's have it in honesty. That's all I'm saying. They just have
in honesty, you said, right? But we know why you do bounties, though. And we know who, and notice the people that he kicked off the panel. Because if you go back earlier, at the beginning of my live stream, I played the reason why Koja and I got kicked off.
in honesty. We gotta support each other one way or another. Okay, now you could go ahead, young lady. Go ahead, Koja.
Okay. Please don't shake your head. Good morning.
Good
I want
day.
to apologize for not hitting
Just
the
like the
like.
taste out of your mouth. I'd like to see it.
Goddamn.
That's how two-faced your ass is, and you're going, and there, and it might not happen tomorrow. I know it's not going to happen tomorrow. I know it's not going to happen next month. I know it's not going to happen in 2 months. But you're going to suffer the consequences of that bullshit you keep on doing. And fuck these niggas who on that panel. Now, if I would have said that shit that he said about likes and views, y'all would sit there, y'all come on my panel, y'all go on Bomb's channel and say I'm jealous. Yeah, he's the main one. I got 200 people watching and nobody hit the like button and nobody. The message matters more than who's watching it. Jackass. So what I'm going to do, we're going to go to this channel. See, I want y'all to know something real quick. There's a reason why I cannot stand this nigga right here. Phil Diaz Show, the African Diaspora News Channel. There's a reason why I don't like this nigga. I don't like nobody on that channel. And there's a reason why see, here's the thing, right? Super Mayor defeated in a landslide. Representative Jasmine Crockett keeps poking the bear in them folks. Shaking my head. So, Mr. Pro-Black, back to Africa, red ball, green ball, black ball, buffoon from Houston, Texas by the name of Phil Diaz Show, Phil Scott, is a fucking hypocrite. And you know, let me do a little story about Phil Diaz Show for people who are new. People who don't remember Phil Diaz Show. Phil Diaz Show was a Tommy Sotomayor. He was trying to be the Tommy Sotomayor, the diet flavor, the Pepsi to Tommy Sotomayor's Coca-Cola at the time. Some of us who've been here the longest, we actually remember Phil Diaz Show, right? And like again, let me put this back up because I'm about to drop the damn link. Yeah. I'm gonna put this back up here because we know how shiftless you Negroes are, right? You know how shiftless you Negroes are.
Hey guys, let me
skip that damn ad. This buffoon, you know, y'all want to know why black media fails? Because of people like Roland Martin. Roland Martin wants to keep up that civil rights fight, and then you get clowns like Phil Diaz Show, who Phil Scott gonna sit there and say, oh yeah, we need to go back to Africa and doing this, and we need doing that anti-American shit. But when Russia sent the Wagner group within the Central African Republic, Phil Diaz Show had no words about that. When the Russian troops were sent into places like Kenya, places like Sudan, places like the Central African Republic, places like Congo, Phil Diaz Show didn't say anything about that country called Russia. But he always says something about the Americans. And he always says something about the French. He always says something about the British. He always says something about the Germans, but never the Russians. Why is that? And now, though, and not on top of this is the reason why I said y'all are paid by the Russian government. And this is the reason why I wish Real Brother Radio was still alive. He been calling this shit out for years, and I thought that he was crazy. No, he ain't. I thought he was crazy 8 years ago, but he's not. He wasn't crazy 8 years ago. He was right. You Negroes are paid, and Phil, you are part of the manosphere because you and O'Shea Duke Jackson have the same editor who edit your videos, because we know them screenshots are the same screenshots that O'Shea be using on his videos. So y'all do have the same editor. Now though, you're trying to do a smear campaign on that stupid ass super mayor. Then I see you Negroes, and you Negroes thought though y'all was slick. Y'all went after the super mayor. Yes, she was corrupt. Everybody knows though. Everybody knows that Tiffany Henyard is corrupt, and she acts a fucking fool. So y'all use that as say this is the reason why black women should not be in power. And then on top of that, y'all turn right on back around, and then y'all use that same thread. What happened to Philly Willis? What's her name? What's his name? The district attorney of Fulton County, Georgia, when she went after Trump. Then y'all use that same rhetoric when it applies to Kamala Harris. Now, though, you're trying to do that now since Trump is in office, and now Jasmine Crockett is now the leading voice in the Democratic Party or the opposition to Donald Trump. Here you doing this shit again. There is a red pill pipeline. There is a red pill fascist pipeline, and Phil Devine shows a part of that shit. Yes, Roland Martin is a simp. And yes, he is. You know, Roland Martin is a simp. Everybody knows he's a simp. He's a blue pill simp. But also, though, that's the reason why y'all went after Roland Martin. Anyway, I'm gonna drop the link. But as for the whole Sherrod issue, you just made your bed, and you're about to be lied up in it. So don't complain about the flea, Sherrod. Talking about, I don't get no likes. I don't get no views. Nigga, shut the fuck up. And if anybody come in here talking about I'm jealous and shit, you will be blocked. I'm sorry. You will be blocked. You come in here with that, I'm jealous. And let me tell this to Silent J. Silent J. You slow. Silent. You slow as fuck. You thought it was funny to laugh at me on Sherrod's last week. That's why I took your wrench from you. You thought what PhD was saying was some funny ass shit. And your only comeback, Silent J, was, well, if you're cracking on her, you mean I'm supposed to laugh at that too? You think, no, I ain't say that. Don't claim to like me and then disrespect me. Don't claim to like Big J. Oh, I like you, Big J, and then proceed to disrespect me. No, that's not how the fucking world works. And first, I'd fucking demand fucking respect. I had enough with the bullshit. Yeah. Yes, Woo. They're going after Jasmine Crockett.
Hello.
And I'm gonna say something, Woo. That's why I want media reform. That's why I want the fairness doctrine to come back. See, I'm telling you why though we in a fucked up position in the world. The fairness doctrine no longer exists. Thank you, President Reagan, for creating this bullshit that we have these conspiracy theorists and these hateful ass people running the media. All right, Coach, what's going on?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing okay.
I remember when I was looking at this thing, the unruly, no, it was the fighting judge. And I said again, the state attorney office or the public defender, the public defender was going at the judge because the judge was trying to violate the people he was representing rights. And this attorney was saying, I'm not going to do it. The damn dummies he was defending was clapping for the judge. I'm like, y'all big dummies. And sometimes people they looking at entertainment value and they don't see the bigger message or they don't hear the bigger message because we just shucking and jiving and what you call it when you talking about somebody, Jones or whatever the hell they call it, and they seeing it as entertainment when you really trying to be sneak a message out. And they don't want anybody else to appear like they may know something or to have the discussion. So, they do that about anything. Anytime something become a job or your money, the way you make your living is at it, they become compromised because their bottom line is making that money. So you just gotta let them do what they do and kind of build, try to build your own. And if you can sneak a message in for the most part. But ain't too much messages getting snuck in because only one or two people want to come across like they know what the fuck they talking about. And the other ones are detractors.
Okay, Koja, I'm gonna ask you this question, right? So when you was on my live stream yesterday, right? What was we was talking about? Okay, good, because we was over here talking and then both of us showed up on charades earlier today. And then what happened when me and you started to talk?
We got dropped.
Okay. So that proved everything I've been saying. Everything I've been saying from yesterday. Now I ain't come up there, I came up there to tell BMU who's full of shit his damn self. Bowel movement united. That's BMU. Bowel movement united. So I'll tell him how wrong he is about Roland Martin because Roland Martin shot his own self in the foot when they talking about black media because everybody else who was doing their own thing, he kept chastising them. Like the guy who created that school in Georgia. Roland Martin did that bullshit. The guy in Chicago who ran for mayor, Jamal Green. There was a guy. There was a young black man by the name of Jamal Green.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Right.
I think I saw him.
So at the Democratic convention, Jamal Green cornered Roland Martin in over there, and he said if you're gonna talk shit, go ahead and do something about it. So to sit there and say about try to make Roland Martin as a victim, no, Roland Martin been talking shit. Roland Martin has been talking shit about young. And that's why I'm saying that's why I have a problem with older black men because they tend to do shit like this. Older black men tend to do bullshit like with Roland Martin. It's like every young black man he has a fucking problem with. Jamal Green out of Chicago. What's the name? Who was in Atlanta? Who created that school at the age of 20? I forgot his name. Every young black man he has a fucking problem with. If you don't go the way he thinks, see, but at the same time, you got people like Phil the Advice Show and Jason Black and Vicky Dillard claim to be the new black media, quote unquote. And I'll say this, Taz and Nyla too claim to be new black media, and all they do, they don't interview people. They don't go around and do X, Y, and Z. They don't go out there. Well, I'm at the corner of 4th and Jefferson Street, and here's a fire. Oh, I'm over here at First and Main, and here's a story. Well, I'm telling y'all a story about that. No, it's always about talking about somebody else.
I go a lot of places to get information. I just try to look at the information and stuff. Sometimes I don't even really like some of their styles. Every now and then, sometimes I think I might hear some elitism in rolling. It take a whole bunch of people to tell a story. So I just grab the information. I do hear some elitism or whatever, but his station, his thing, you know. So I go to a bunch of them. The other guy, I don't know his name. He got the red and black background.
Yeah. And Supone, you're right. New black media equals Russian bots. And that's why I'm sitting over here figuring who's really supporting all these channels on YouTube. And that's also, and I know
who be interfering in the presidency.
And then I start noticing something. And I noticed this about a few weeks ago. And people actually think that I'm complaining and I'm whining. But I see something. How come I've been demonetized since August, but over a woman and 5 niggas, but then, and their beef with this one woman, but then I'm still demonetized behind that bullshit. But then O'Shea, Angry Man,
still got a channel.
Still have monetization, and they trash black women on a daily basis.
Did Angry Man change up his content?
He's still on that manager shit.
Well, I don't go over there that much, so I can be on YouTube in spells. I mean, we're watching it in spells, but cause we ain't reporting them. Somebody told me report their ass. Somebody told me, I told what you come. Cause yeah, true, I'm gonna report you. I get it's on my mirror. If I go over and hear some fuck shit, I'm gonna report him. That's why they still monetize. I ain't doing this shit. Oh, we play about we don't snitch while them motherfuckers snitching. Report them. I don't like what they say. I'm gonna report. I'm gonna take that person advice. There's some woman hating stuff. I'm gonna report them if I come across it. And
But to sit there and complain about, I'm talking about Sherrod now. For his stupid ass to sit there and talk about nobody don't support me. Then though he taking bounties and drop people because somebody else is having a fucking agenda. Now I think I know who made that bounty. There about 3 people who made that bounty. I'll say 2. And my first guess is Diva herself.
Yeah.
And the reason why people don't want to fuck with Sherrod is because of Diva.
Yeah, but when a place become an echo chamber, it get boring really fast. So if they only got people talking a certain way, after a while, people going because it just don't. You can get real boring. You want.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll eventually be the demise if you keep letting them do that, because people just gonna say, "I'm not coming back." What I'm coming back for? I don't. You hear the same people voice saying the same thing. No kick back or nothing. So that's what it'll be. But I guess you get your money like a robbery, get in and get out.
Mm-hmm.
DJ, do you get subsidies and stuff for your farm?
Mm-mm.
No. You ever tried?
Yeah. When Harvey hit, when Hurricane Harvey hit,
When was that? I don't remember Harvey.
That was 2017. But I didn't own it, so I inherited it. So when he had um the grants, the grant from the agriculture department in
Mm-hmm.
FEMA, because like we had to replace all the fence and shit. Well, we didn't replace the fence. We had to fix it up and shit because they didn't give us that a lot of
Enough
money.
to do it.
Right. So we just patched it up, but the house and shit, we patched the house up, stuff like that. But other than that, no, we didn't. No, we didn't get anything significant
You
out of
ever?
that. Huh?
Well, you ever tried? When you ain't never tried anything out there after that, like what they call them 4-H programs or anything like that.
No, I have not. Me personally, no, I have not.
No, because
So
I hear people saying, you can get money and stuff out.
yeah, like
But
you
when I looked
can.
online, it was like for community gardens and stuff. But I only looked at enough. I didn't go to one of them paid for sites. But they say, well, I ain't do that.
Right. Hold on. Who's this? Oh, that's Mo.
Hmm.
Hold on. Hey, what's going on, Mo?
Not much. Hold on 1 second. Let me take
Okay.
on different headphones. Sorry.
Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna do this one. Okay, go ahead. Yeah. So yeah, I just think that I don't know how to I don't know how to describe it. I never really tried again, because I hadn't really lost anything.
Mm-hmm.
So we hadn't lost anything. It was just like some things were broken and stuff like that, smashed, but
But
nothing.
nothing not associated with a disaster.
Right. So we only got like $200, $300. That's
Yeah.
about it. You know, ain't nothing. We got nothing out of it.
So you just kind of pay for your stuff as you go out your pocket.
Right.
What you
Yeah.
make. Okay.
Yeah.
When those people do that, I know they say grants night, but when they get them loans, do they secure with their property?
Again, I hadn't done this in a long while, so I don't know. Yeah, it's been like 5-6 years since
Okay.
the last time that happened. So that wasn't giving you much.
Okay.
State or federal, they wouldn't give you much. So
Do you know?
because there was no major loss, is what I'm saying. There was no major loss, so so we wasn't getting anything.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's serious. With everything going how it's going, do you think you can have an increase in your farming business? And the good thing is you ain't indebted for it like some people. Or maybe it was a blessing, like when they wasn't giving black people pain medicine during the OxyContin. They were like, oh, that was a blessing, because they under medicate us, but it probably saved a whole bunch of people from becoming addicts.
Think about it. The government flooded like the black.
Hold on, Mo. Hold on, Mo.
Oh, sorry.
Hold on. I'm trying to say it. But like again, nobody got faced any major issues. So yeah, so we didn't get any much though. So yeah, but anyway, what's going on, Mo? What's going with you?
Not much. Can't sleep. I've got to get in the shower before bed.
Okay. So
Hey.
yeah. So what is your opinion on last Friday, Mo?
Regarding what?
You didn't watch the disaster with
Oh,
Winston?
yeah, no. I just thought there's so many disasters happening at one time. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, which one? Like, oh, you got to be more specific.
Yeah.
Did
Okay.
you hear what
Yeah. Understand.
Zelensky did to Russia? How he done hit Putin them
Yeah,
electrical
so
grids and
it's
stuff?
really
What happened? It's Is anybody talking except for me?
I know
Is anybody?
I can't hear me.
Can you hear me?
I'm hearing
No,
like.
baby.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. Am I? Wait, is my thing right now?
I
My
hear you
speaker.
now.
Oh, okay.
I was hearing a noise. Like, what the hell going on? And both of
Sorry.
y'all cut out. And both of y'all cut out. Like, what the hell going on? But anyway, go ahead.
No, so the big problem with that is we are now aligning ourselves with Russia. Like we're
See, she got cut out again. See, it happened to her again.
Can you hear me? Vic?
no.
Yeah, I hear you now. I hear you, Coach. I don't hear her anymore. What the hell going on?
Oh, okay. Well,
But yeah.
is it? Can you hear me now?
I hear you. I hear you now. Go ahead.
Okay. No, again, it's terrible what happened because we're turning our back on the EU. We're aligning ourselves with Russia. It's very, very reminiscent of, like 1933, 1940 with Mustache Guy and, aligning with Mussolini, Japan, like the Allies versus the Axis. And now with the tariffs that are being placed on with Canada and France, like, or I'm sorry, Canada and Mexico, like is this is really, really bad. And I don't think people really understand that. Um, we're not just like slowly moving into a dictatorship or an authoritarian regime. We're in it.
Mm-hmm.
We're
See, it happened. See, it happened to
we're
her
in the
again.
fast. Like, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's something wrong with your end, Mo. Something wrong with your
Yeah.
end.
Yeah. I'm gonna clock out of here because like I just want to listen to you guys. Thank you so
Oh,
much for having me up here.
all right then, Mo. All right then.
Love you, Big J. You're awesome,
All right.
dude. And
All right.
Koja, it was so nice to meet you. Thank you.
All right.
Nice
You have a
meeting
good
you
one.
too.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
All right. Have a good one. Something wrong with it. Something wrong with the. It's like every time she talk, you hear like a weird. Oh my! I don't know if you're hearing it, but you hear like a that sound. I'm like what the hell going on? Something wrong with her end. But yeah, I just and seeing people act like what Trump did is a sign of masculinity. I see Comey Brown, and I see Anton Daniels, Angry Man, and and
It's
Tyrone
for
Magnet.
masculinity.
Yeah,
It,
like yeah. It's more like a reverb, Mo. It's more like a reverb. I keep hearing. But anyway, yeah. I don't know. It's like this is masculinity, yay! Like, do y'all know what masculinity is?
no, they don't. And I don't even think it's masculine. It's just they're dumb. I mean, just because you raise your voice or you say this doesn't mean anything. You're just raising your voice. But I guess if they think the loudest voice in the room is the most masculine, even though they ain't gonna bust a grape, I guess that's what it is.
How is it masculinity when it's three men, oh, two men on one? How is that?
They
Yeah,
call it a
JD Vance.
menage a trois.
Yeah, like not like two men on one, right? Like J Print. No, I'm sorry, not J Print. JD Vance and Trump pouncing on Lewinsky. That was a setup. So how is that a masculine move? Can somebody please tell me how is that a masculine move and such? Somebody need to sit there and tell me that. But how's that masculine? You know. And I see people cheering it on, yay, 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 yay. How?
They think they watching wrestling. That's how they think they watching wrestling.
When masculinity. I'm speaking as a man, right? As a man,
Mhm.
when I see when it comes to me from masculinity, right? Masculinity is a wide range, right? Um, and I hate to use movies and stuff like that because you know people around here that they don't read or they don't go by their own life experiences. So let me just use movies, right, or TV shows.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Michael Landon on that TV show Little House on the Prairie had masculinity. He ain't somebody who gets up on there and who's rabble rouser. He ain't drinking. He ain't yelling and screaming. He's taking care of his 3 girls and his wife, and they out there being a farm in the middle of Nebraska. I think they're in Nebraska somewhere or Kansas. That's masculinity. He's just as masculine as, I don't know, General Patton in World War II when he slapped the soldier upside the head. Masculinity is wide ranging, and these guys on here, they think masculinity is this. I puff out my chest. I'm gonna puff from my chest at anybody. I'm going to sit there and smack everybody down. That's that masculinity. That's behavior. Masculinity is a wide ranging of things. Is wide ranging, just as femininity is wide ranging, depending on what circumstances you are in. So Lewinsky, like any world leader whose country is being attacked, he's acting out of desperation. Like any world leader, if his country is being invaded, it's the same thing.
You can't. You know they watch. They confuse wrestling with real life, and they want to see a wrestling match in politics, and that's not it.
That's
But
not. I mean, like what? Like I'm gonna use Lewinsky, right? And I'm no fan of the president of Ukraine. I'm not a fan of his because I think though he's on some bullshit. Anyway, I think though he's on some bullshit, right?
Mhm.
But the point is, you like him or not, he's right. He's desperate. A big country as Russia took 1/4 of his country. A fourth of his country has been invaded and it's been occupied. 1/3 of the of the fighting military age population is dead. Now you already knocked out 1/3 of his needed population. Now I'm being when I said 1/3, I'm being conservative.
Mhm.
You know, because we don't know the real number or how many is dead, but the reports are is 1/4, 1/3, or a half of the fighting male population is dead. So, and I'm really talking about the men, but hey, you know, you want to include women, go ahead and include the female soldiers, but men are mostly the ones doing the fighting. So I was expecting, if you've seen this magnitude of deaths and people being buried, I'm looking at it, I'm saying that's 1/3. I'm gonna say right now that's a third of his men dead. So you can't fight. I mean, of course though, you gonna be desperate when most of your men is dead. Well, a huge portion of your men is dead. It's kind of like France after World War I, right? France was yelling and screaming, and during, you know, when our president, you know, President Wilson came over there for the Paris Peace Accords, George Clooney was yelling and screaming at England, at Lord George and Woodrow Wilson about guarantees, that they need guarantees so they won't be invaded by Germany anymore. Because France was like, listen, we lost 35% of our population. A generation is dead. We can't recoup enough men enough children to be born because most of the men are dead.
Yeah, one Putin telling them Russian bitches, hey, y'all need to have some babies for us. I don't know how he think they're gonna fight because it's gonna take them a while before they can fight. But that's, I think I read somewhere, somebody like he was saying that.
Okay, like because Putin, because with Putin, because
He
the
was saying it too.
population of Russia is dropping, right? Because
Yeah,
there is a lot of male
chauvinist.
fatalities.
Yeah,
A lot of boys is dying at there's infant mortality rates in Russia, so a lot of boys are dying.
I don't think it's that.
Little.
This gonna be very unpopular. What I'm finna say.
Go ahead.
Um, I think Xi Jinping. I think the African guy need to watch out for Putin because in the world, white people. And I was on a panel with a guy from Canada, and he was saying, he wanted Christian stuff too, and he was saying something about the curse of. I guess it was supposed to be Ham and Shem, but he said somebody else. He was saying it was Cain curse for slaying. I said, no, I thought they said it was Ham and Shem. But anyway, I said, well, that don't make no sense. Because in reality, the people over there, Africa, Egypt, whatever, was already melanated and black. So how could God curse them to be what they already are? No, that was not the curse. If you want to believe in the Bible, or the Abrahamic, it was white people. Because when you go all around the world, white people are only 14% of the population. So why would it was for them to stand out and for you to know them? If everybody melanated, nope, it wouldn't stand out. So they just don't make no common sense to curse them to be what they already is over there in Africa, Egypt, and wherever. So maybe start thinking about it. It made me start thinking, Trump want to realign with some white people. Because just like they feeling the crunch in the United States, they feeling it in the world. In these other countries that they thought were less are becoming technologically advanced. Africa got places now they growing food, they growing chocolate, they growing coffee. Whereas when I was coming up, you only saw Africa depicted as feed the children. And now that these countries are coming along, Russia over there got their hand in the air. I'm gonna tell Xi Jinping and I'm gonna tell the African guy over there who doing his thing and they liking what he do. Be careful because I think it's something else there too.
I think that I think I don't know. I don't know about that, but I see
Mhm.
what Russia doing. They're trying to invade all the Slavic. Russians are Slavic, right? The ethnic tribe, right? So he wants all the Slavic
Slavic.
people, yeah, to be under, to be well, I'll put it like he's pan Slavic. He's pan Slavic. So that's why, in Ukraine is the biggest Slavic country that he needs to take over for the rest of them to fall in line. So he needs to unite all of these Slavic nations together so that the Slavic people could at least be regenerated, because they're already divided. I mean, Yugoslavia, Serbia, what's that other place? Serbia is about to split in two countries. What's the other one? Romania. He needs all those people in one because all them countries are divided. So because the population is divided, guess what? There's no children being born. So in his country, there is no boys. It's mostly women in Russia. There's more women in Russia than there are boys, right? Or men. So he's trying to increase the population. And it's not about, oh, he's trying to recreate another Soviet power or another Russian empire. No, he's trying to save that the whole ethnic group. And he's doing it by invading people rather than trying to create a trade policy. It makes more sense for him to create trade policy, and so that people can get jobs and men would get jobs with affordable housing, and when affordable housing, men would
But
make
he
houses
can't
and
do that. He want to
huh?
look like he want that fear that Trump want to have but can't have. He need that, and if he go to negotiating, then he probably feel like he gonna lose his edge.
But on the flip side of that, right? On the flip side of that, about about 15 years ago, I'll go back to 2015, right? I go back to 2015 because it'd be easier for y'all to look it up. I was watching C-SPAN, and David Duke and a couple of other white supremacists from Canada, United States, and the UK. Like your Richard Spencers, your Jacques Cousteau, all those people was meeting up in Russia, in Moscow, and they were talking about, well, Russia is the last hope for the white race.
They can't
And
even have no babies.
right, so they were so concerned with the massive integration within Canada and United States, and then in the UK, they think, well, maybe if the white people will move eastward, let the is there two options? Let all we either push back on the immigrants from Africa and Asia moving in, or South Central America over here from moving in, or we got to pack up and go eastward so we can be safe in this this world of that just whitenize or Europeanize the East. And that's why Romania, the president of Romania, the president of Poland, I think no, it was the prime minister of Poland did not, he was against interracial relationships. So they're trying to prevent, and these idiots online can't sit there and put two to two together and understanding what you think people would like. They don't understand why Trump is doing what he's doing. He's trying to save any vestige of who in their mind stop the white quote unquote genocide and force white women to have babies.
I'm gonna tell them
White,
what
huh?
the comedian said. Get the fucking.
Yeah, yeah, but white women and black women ain't doing this either. They're not having babies. Anybody in the Western world ain't having babies for various reasons. And you try to tell these idiots over here the reason why Americans are not having babies is because of the housing problem. It's not Keisha, and it's not Keisha and her hair weave. Is because of housing. If you're focused on the housing aspect, the job aspect, and the access to healthcare, housing, and everything else, the quality of life, is more about the quality of life. Y'all focus on the wrong things. People, the reason why women don't want to have babies is because the quality of life is bad.
I don't think that's the only reason.
Well, I mean, it's one of the huge reasons because I'm going by what I'm going by. Doctor Professor Scott Galloway from NYU. People like that.
I think too that women don't get treated well, and it's a lot of fucking work. And them bitches back in the day ain't had no choice but to have babies. There ain't nobody want no 10 damn children. Hell, and another factor in the United States is this here. After black women got free, guess what? It wasn't no broke black woman coming there to keep your children for $20 a week no more. And if they got to keep their own damn children, they don't want to keep them. What?
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with you because you see some people showing up at somebody's funeral. Like somebody showed up at one of my great aunt's funeral Well, she was take care of the white babies, somebody else's babies, and she come back home and take care of hers.
And that's a lot of damn work. And don't nobody want to do all that damn work. And then be unappreciated. Now you in a dependent situation. If the situation bad, you got to stay in it because you need a little bit of help what they get. So a lot of bitches ain't signing up for that. Like, no, I don't want it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Fuck the next generation. I got to live this generation.
So I just want to know what are y'all scared? And then Elon Musk trying to get those white South Africans to move here. And
And
Donald Trump.
That's
Go
what
ahead.
his immigration is, because I've been saying it probably for over a decade. It was 2050, but now it's 2040 to 2050. Actually, on my TikTok, I got a thing, and you could just see the projected population of the races. They got Asian, they got Black, and then they got white and Hispanic. And you could see the only one that's going down is white people, till it get to the point where they less than 50%. Hispanic booming growing up. We are kind of at a standstill. Even the Asian number is going to go up. And who numbers steady going down? They numbers ain't going down because of us. We ain't got nothing to do with them fucking in their bedroom. Why are they not having babies? Either they women don't like them, something wrong, because they ain't having babies, and it ain't got nothing to do with us because we ain't in their bedroom. But everybody else still fucking and having babies. Everybody across the board has decreased. But why they ain't having babies?
No, well, they ain't having babies because they well, it's the same reason why women across the board is not having babies.
But Black people have stopped because our lines stay the same. But with the other ones, they haven't stopped. Well, I ain't gonna say in the workhouse. Women in Korea say they ain't even dating I forget which is north or south. It's like
no, it's on both Koreas. Women are not having babies. Japan's not having any babies.
And they say it's
Chinese not having any babies.
The treatment. And they still got to work and go 50-50 and then come home and still do work by themselves. And they like, no, we ain't doing that. We're not doing it. So, but they got it worse. So I don't know if it's a won't or if it's more of a can't.
Well, I think there's not one thing. I think there's about 4 or 5 things going on at the same time, and people think it's just one thing. And I try to tell the idiots online here that it's not, oh, Black women went to feminism and kicked the man out the household. No, y'all so stupid and they so fucking slow. They can't understand that it wasn't kicking the man out the household. It was more about there was a gap in education, a gap in housing. I as a man, if people talk to men who are millennials and ask them, well, how come you're single? They'll tell you why they're single. Many of them will tell you, well, I still have an apartment at age 30. I still have an apartment at age 32. I don't have I'm not good. I'm not at the place where I want to be at age 35. That's what these men are saying. So
now, what are they doing to get there? Are they just saying I'm not there and I ain't putting in no work? I don't want to work that hard because to get there is a lot of work.
I mean, there are multiple of issues going on, but nobody don't want to sit there and address the real issues on why men don't want to get married and why women are not having babies. And across the board.
What I have heard,
go ahead.
What I have heard men say to me is like, well, I make this much money, but I don't hear them be saying, how do I get? It's like I make this much money and that's it. Never no discussion about how can you make more, how can you get to the next level. Just I make this much, and you never really hear a plan to get past that much. Like it's just like set in stone.
Well, for some of them, Coach, it is set in stone for some of them. You know, I mean, if you know, for some of it is set in stone. I just, um, and I'm gonna sound red pill for a minute, but there's unrealistic expectations because some women want a complete man. They want that complete, and a lot of guys are not quote unquote complete.
They don't even have a plan to even begin to start. That's what I hear, but I could be hearing wrong. But that's
No,
just what
no,
I hear.
no, no. I'm hearing both. I'm hearing both sides, right? Um, I'm hearing something else too, but the problem is they don't know how to articulate it, and they're blaming the wrong people for their lack of for the lack in their life. Um, they rather blame you or to blame some woman or blame feminism rather than blaming the economic system and the social construct that society put them into. Or and let me say this, they will not blame themselves. They will not blame that person who's in their mirror as well. So there are a lot of factors going in, you know, in all of this. So
I'm starting this feminism right now because I damn sure don't be want to put this weed torch together from China with no damn directions.
mhm.
Yeah, but mm, I guess we'll see what tomorrow holds.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, the way you and me was kicked off the panel, that was some bullshit. Hold on, I'll be right back. Hold on, put Pure up here, and I'll be
Okay.
right back. Give me about 4 or 5 minutes. I'll be right back. Hold on.
Okay.
Hey, Koja, how you doing?
I'm all right. How you doing?
I'm good. I wanted to talk about the reason why, and he said something about the professor saying it was economic reasons. Economic reasons is a portion of the reason why white women are not wanting to have babies. But if you can see the mentality just in our political structure with men like Trump and the men that he has appointed in power, and you see their character, this is why white women don't want to have babies with them. And this is the part that they're not actually discussing is that defective mindset, that defective personality type, that corrupt type of mentality. Because there's a lot of males just like the Trumps. Clearly, we know that half of the country voted for him, or at least close to half, right?
Yeah,
If it wasn't a stolen election, but
absolutely.
at least 30% of the population that voted for him have that type of mentality.
And I be telling white women, y'all don't see what they trying to do to y'all. They
Yeah.
never made welfare for me.
No, they didn't.
never made child support for me.
No.
They made it for white women that had got left by their husband or for gorillas.
Yes. Yes. And them not knowing the history of welfare and not knowing the history of food stamps and housing and all of that is what's getting these white people in trouble, because they really, really in their minds thought it was black women. Black women are the most employed people in the United States, point blank, period, always have been. So what they were trying to do, it backfired. Big J, are you there?
I'm back. I'm back. Yeah, I had to. I had to go to. Well, anyway, TMI on that. Yeah, I'm back.
What they're not addressing, and what Mr. Scott, clearly, is he a white guy?
No, Professor Scott Galloway.
Okay.
Go. I have talked about Scott Galloway plenty
No,
of
I'm
times.
asking, is he a white man?
Yeah, he is.
So what he's leaving out purposely is the defective mindset of a lot of white men. And that
And he talked about it. He talked
talked
about
about what? You said you said he was telling society that the reason why white women didn't want to have children with white men was because of economics. No, because poor people have always had babies, whether they had money or not.
if you're looking at certain trends in the developed world, like South Korea, United States, in the Western world, Western society, you're seeing the same trend of babies not being born, and then it's the same every time society advances to a certain level. Babies not, people gonna stop having children, and
Why
that's
do you think they want to set women back, Big J? Let's have the talk.
yeah, they want to set women back because because they think it would make men feel good to put women down, and they want to increase and let women to be sex slaves.
I'm gonna tell you why they want to set women back.
Go ahead.
They want to set women back because they don't want to raise the standard of the type of men that they should be in order for women to want to have babies with them. So in order to force them, because that's what they'll have to do. So they don't want the men to come up, right? They don't want the men to progress to emotionally, spiritually, financially, and all these different progressions to be a decent man, right? They don't want to put in the work.
Right.
Okay. And they're going to make it or force it so that the women who did put in the work to become better women, whether they be black, white, or otherwise, they don't want to do the work. So they're going to try and force women out of the workforce. Yes. Force women out of the workforce and force women into abusive relationships instead of trying to talk to these men and be like, okay, if you really want to have children, this is what you're probably going to need to do. You're going to have to work on yourself. You're going to have to work on your emotional stability. You're going to have to put in work on all these different aspects of your personality type.
They don't want no children. They want the labor that women get, because once you got the woman in a position of having children, she's dependent, and a little bit of help. They don't even interact with them fucking kids.
No.
They don't want them kids. They came home, sat on the porch and drank a beer. Every now and then they might have took some out to camping or something. But they don't want them children. They want that work. Because guess what? When kids get grown and they at the house, guess what? Stop. Cooking stop. So, and they want their woman to tie her down so she could be at the house, she could be cleaning, while he in the streets with him a side chick or at the office messing with the secretary.
Yeah. And one of the most vulnerable times in a woman's life, and I'm going to be God's honest truthful, is when you're pregnant and you get to the point where you can't actually work and you can't bring in financial stability for yourself. And if you don't have a spouse that puts in their weight into this family dynamic, that is the most vulnerable and awful place for a woman to be, is ready to give birth and can't work and support herself or the child she's about to bring into the world. That's another dynamic of why women don't want to have children. Because when men don't do what they're supposed to do to make that home secure, to make her feel protected, to make her feel like when she brings a child into the world, the child will be protective in her most vulnerable state. No woman wants to go through that, Big J. That would be stupidity. But nobody wants to talk like that. Nobody wants to talk about what it is that makes women not want to have children. And there's a multitude of reasons besides finances.
I read, I remember somebody had brought up the women in India, the wives in India, how they were unaliving themselves because of the workload and the treatment. But them was traditional women. Somebody had brought it up, the discussion. I think I had went and looked at it too, to look it up and stuff. But yeah, they didn't want, they were like, no, I'd rather just go on and go to whoever they're going to. They don't know who they're going to. Maybe they're going to Allah. But they were like, no, they out. Because it was just so overwhelming.
Yeah, but India has a problem with yeah, because the problem with India is the increase of well, you know, you also have that arranged marriages, and then there's the societal pressures um on women, you know, because you know, women being harassed in you know, in public, you know, there is
We have that.
epidemic.
We have that here. We have that here. When we get harassed here.
Yeah, but this is, I mean, out in the open, like everybody can see, and people just ignoring it. It's but anyway, yeah. But I just think that, you know,
I mean, case in point, that black woman that was in Taco Bell putting in her order, and security guard flipped her around and punched her in her mouth in California.
Yep.
and
I mean,
they're
what's the difference between India and here? Tell me.
because it's structured in that
The law,
society.
them laws don't work. It really ain't no. We just had a lady, young, I think she was in her 30s, in Tamarack, Florida. She was unalived. Her dad was unalived, so she had a dad. And then the neighbor across the neighbor in front of their 4-year-old daughter. This is the first time I ever heard a sheriff, you know, the big dog, the sheriff, come and say, you know what? I want all 7 of them are the administrative leave. I want us to do this by the book because I don't want them to beat this in arbitration. And then I heard it was a 8th one because they had 2 instances in which they could have took him in. One of them, he had put a tracker on her car, which was against the law, and this was after. And then the other one, he had a bag that he had put in the garage in the house with some white powder substance, something say air embolism, and needle, and some other stuff, maybe some zip ties, some other stuff. They let him go on both of them. So the protections women think they got in America,
they don't.
They don't know until they in the situation. Those people come to your house and laugh at you.
I mean, look at these town hall meetings. You see these ones in Idaho and like the hick towns in America and stuff, and the security and the sheriff's departments and stuff, they're loving taking women's First Amendment right away. They're kicking them out of the town halls everywhere.
I thought Florida was backward. I want to say it was Alabama. The lady got unalived because every time I done went to court or family court, you know, look contentious, the judge will have one party stay and send the other one out, sometime down with the guard available, whoever. I didn't know they didn't do that everywhere. No, I thought it was just him in our situation, but they didn't. And the lady daughter lived down the road, and she had left, and her mom had went to court because they were supposed to be going to court the next day, and he had did some fraud with the bank, and she had to. He unalived her right there in the court, right downstairs in the court.
I mean, they don't want to have any consequence for doing that, because in the past they've had no consequences. There was no consequences for killing anybody of another ethnic group, and there was no consequences for killing your wife. There was no consequences of beating her and unaliving her. There was no consequence, and that's what these men want again. That's what they want. Their personality types are defective.
It's crazy. It's crazy, I must say. I didn't even know they did that, but evidently they do it. They got did a lot of sweet potato pies, a lot of glycophos. What is glycophos? Antifreeze. What that stuff is that look like elderberry? They grow on the canal banks.
I
Some of them
forgot.
nightshade plants.
I know what you're talking about. Look like elderberries.
Waterlock or something like that. Yeah, that I be getting a lot of nightshade plant tea in that family.
Yeah, I just I think though they want some people to it's gonna be the Hunger Games and looking at looking what they're trying to do. They already got Poland. They already got Romania locked in. I'm looking at these policies.
Do you remember what they used to talk about Romania? I think it was Romania. They had did this nighttime special on it. You know, when they used to do news and Romania, you could walk down the street and buy sexually what you wanted. You could have you could have adults, you could
Yeah.
have teenagers, you could have toddlers down to whatever. And it was a certain side of the street or whatever shops or whatever how they identified themselves.
Mm-hmm. Why you didn't think Andrew and
Yeah.
what's the name? The
And
Tate
yeah.
brothers, you know, was in Romania for,
Yeah.
Well they are they over here in Florida now, they in Florida now, but they got
Yeah.
free in Florida now. But yeah, so yeah, I just think that
I mean, don't you find it very strange that Trump would want to release those guys that were sex trafficking, the same as his buddy Epstein? He's aligned himself with sex traffickers and pedophiles. So what's that tell you about his personality and what he's about?
and I want you to right. And I want you to notice none of these Trump supporters online ain't talking about that. I noticed. I mean, waiting for somebody who's a backer of Trump say something about the Tates. Why you having Andrew Tate back here? Why you having what's the name, the other Tate over here? Why you?
Well, they're gonna find out when their daughters get trafficked, when their little 13 and 14-year-old daughters get trafficked by them, then they're gonna understand. But then it's too late.
So I told y'all sometimes their daughters are the price of admission for them to run through other people's daughters.
Well,
Well, that's yeah. There you go.
like we did heard on Howard Stern that Trump talked about his daughter, Ivanka, in a sexual way. So we.
And how she used to sit on his lap.
Yeah.
Her personality, if you see her, the way she stands, if anybody has the ability to read things on people or the energy off people, her energy, that has happened to her, and not just by her own father, but other men too, that he's had around her.
She was a Cassie.
Yeah. When he got on Howard Stern and said that I was like, well, that could have, if anybody else would have said that, you couldn't get elected on that.
He got elected the first time saying he feels he can grab women by the pussy. So he said that initially before he even got elected the first time. Have you ever heard a pre-president talk like that?
Nobody. I heard nobody say, "Oh, I grab women."
Do you think that Bill Clinton could have gotten elected saying that? Do you think that any president could have gotten elected by that?
No.
Do you think George Bush or George Bush Jr. could have got elected like that?
Nobody could sit there and get on TV and say something vulgar like I grab women, I got her and I grab her by the pussy. Nobody couldn't get elected like that. And you're right. So and Trump is bolstered by young angry men. You know, you got young angry men he's mad for a bunch of reasons, and they see Trump as this heralding figure who don't gives a fuck.
We're gonna
And
bring it back.
huh?
Gonna bring back a town where they could just grab a woman,
Mhm.
rape
And no
her,
consequence.
then rape her, and then she be forced to marry him. And say that didn't happen,
Oh, they
whatever.
don't even want to marry. They just want to be able to rape and not have no consequences. That's it.
They still want somebody to clean their house. And make things like- and if they could beat you up in the meantime, it's okay.
Yeah. What's up, Hassan? In the chat room. Yeah, I just, that that's why I'm seeing all these men on here, and one guy on here is scary to me. There's a guy named Anti-Fatalist, right? This white dude, okay. Now I watched his history channels, and he does have a good and decent history channel. He talking about the Alamo, you talk about World War II, talk about the battles and this, that, and third, and then all of a sudden he talks about he goes to this weird place, and it's like he's so red pill, he turned black pill, and he talking about there's gonna be an incel war, and young men gonna rise up. They're going to take down city by city, and burn, because women are depending on welfare, and we're going to tear down the government down, and because we can't get married, and I'm sitting there like, wait a minute, y'all ain't, I'm scratching my head on this. Like, this guy's like an incel. He waiting for an incel revolution, and he has a big ass channel, and I'm just scratching my head like, oh my god.
The one thing you're never going to hear these men's channels talk about is being better men. You notice that? They're always talking about what they want to do to women, to violate women, but you never hear about them ever talking about how they can be attractive to women to make women want them. You're never going to hear that. You're never going to hear them saying, hey, if I do this, this, and this, and if my personality and my moral compass or my morality is this, this, and this, I'm going to get this woman. You're never going to hear these men's channels talk like that. I've never heard it. The only men talking about moral compasses, morality, and what it is to be a man are men that are already married, and their wives love them, and their wives adore them, and their wives stick to them. Those are the only men's channels talking like that, Big J.
Are you sure
Tell
about
me.
that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. You tell me whose channel is talking about morality and all that stuff. That's not married.
I'm talking about the men who are married. This is what I'm talking. You saying they're married.
I'm
There's
not
men
saying
on
all
here.
the men that are married have a moral compass. That's not what I said.
Okay.
What I said was the men that are actually talking about what it takes to be married and to have successful marriages and are in relationships with women, and their wives love them and adore them, and they're doing what they're supposed to do as a family member, they're married. A lot of these men that have these channels, these hate channels, these manosphere channels, none of them ever talk about what it takes to be a better man. Tell me which one.
I can't really answer that question.
And these guys are the type of men that want to control women, and they want to put women under subjugation whom they don't even know. And they want to make laws to force women to deal with men like that. And then they're running around talking about women. So it's that catch-22. We've talked about this before. They talk about women if she has too many kids. right?
Mhm.
They talk bad about her. They stop it. Quit crying. They talk about women if she doesn't want to have children at all.
Mhm.
They talk about women who get abortions. They talk about women who don't even have sex, don't want to have sex, don't want to have relationships with men. There's no scenario that women can be that these men won't talk badly about them no matter what choices they make.
It's kind of like the like how people was dogpiling on Lolo Jones. I don't know. Are you familiar with Lolo Jones?
No. Let
Okay,
me go get
Lolo.
him. I'm listening.
Okay. All right. She's getting her dog. Lolo Jones is a well, most people know who her is. Well, for those who don't know, she's a track star. I say during the late 2000s, around 09,
Lojo?
2010. Huh?
Lojo?
Yeah, Lolo Jones.
Flojo. Flojo.
No, Lolo Jones.
I don't know who Lolo is.
Yeah. She was a track star. I want to say around 2009, 2010.
Okay.
So I'll say the last 15 years at least, right? So
Mhm.
she just turned 40 around. Me and her about the same age. So she turned 40 around 2021, and she got on air, and she was crying that she's not gonna have no kids, and she had to take her eggs and put it in a
Freeze them.
yeah, and freeze them and all that, and I'm sitting there, and this happened and this happened in 2021, just as she was about to turn 40, and then I'm hearing all these guys like Jason Black and these Manager nuts making video after video after video about her, talking about, oh, look at her, man, she gets what she gets because though she didn't want to have a man with her, and then I went to the old videos that did 15 years ago. They was
Mhm.
clowning her for not spreading her legs.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
now because she
women can't win. Women can't win for losing, because I've been listening to this manosphere bullshit since 2011, and since 2011, I think even before 2011, actually, they've been talking about. They talk about women, whether she has kids, or she chooses not to have kids, or she has too many kids. Everything she does, if she gets an abortion, everything she does sexually, they talk about. Okay. And none of them are satisfied with any scenario concerning women. They hate women. I mean, it's point blank period. And we're under a very dysfunctional patriarchy right now that's governing us, that hate women. They fucking hate women. Point blank period.
Right. Okay. So let me ask you something, Pure, because
Mhm.
this might sound red pill what I'm about to say.
Okay.
So if a guy is single, right, and he's frustrated that that the available women already have children, and he wants children of his own,
Mhm.
and and he's frustrated because he can't find anybody that would like to have more children among those who are already single mothers. Would it be wrong for him to be somewhat I wouldn't say upset, but how can I say it? It's not upset. It's more of a disappointment. Would
Why?
he be
Because there's women that don't have children that are thinking the same way that some men think. They're waiting to get married to have their families, and they're not having children out of wedlock. So what's the problem? The thing is that these men have very unrealistic expectations, okay, when it comes to relationships with women.
okay?
Okay. And I feel like what they're looking for doesn't mesh with what they're asking. You know, what they're asking for and what they really truly want are not meshing the same. They're not the same. So when men say they want this woman to be that type of person that doesn't have kids, that they can build a family with, that's really not what they want. Let's be honest. Because from one side of their mouth, they're saying that, but on the other side, they are into all kinds of pornographic shit. They're into strippers. They're into one night stands. They're into all this dumb shit. So out of one side of their mouth, they're saying they want that virtuous woman, but on the other side of the mouth, that's not what they're looking for.
Okay. I just asked because the reason why I'm saying it because you know what, I'll leave that alone. I'll leave that alone because I ain't trying.
And Voices Unbothered said they're looking for boys. There are a lot of dudes in the manosphere that are they're down low gay. Let's be honest. And Nick Fuentes. Nick Fuentes is gay. And he talks all this shit about women when the real truth is he's gay. He wants to be with a man. And a lot of these Republicans as well, these so-called conservative Republicans that have been caught in bathrooms trying to have sex with men in bathrooms and things like that, they're gay. So instead of just going with what they are, they want to make everybody else miserable because they can't fucking come out the closet and they can't be what they really are. So why would you try to, if you're an undercover gay man, right? Why would you need to try to pull women into your fucking chaotic fucking life when you can't even have the balls enough to say, I'm gay, I don't really want to be with women? They're not doing that, Big J. And then they want to make women suffer because they're suffering inside because they're not man enough to admit that they are gay. And then they're making laws against people that are LGBTQ. How does that fucking make sense? We're living in a really warped world. And the problem is that women and children are getting sucked into this fucking black hole of dysfunction from this dysfunctional male patriarchy that we're fucking under right now. Just like what's his name? JD Vance. JD Vance, he wears eyeliner and stuff, and the way that he allows his wife to get disrespected, his children to get disrespected, I feel like he's probably undercover gay as well. He talks all those fucking Christian values, these moral values and stuff, but no, none of these men are moral like that. And unfortunately, men like you get sucked into this dumb shit too, because what you want to look for, we're living in a power system and a power structure that is really against you as well.
Well, everybody's getting sucked into it.
Everybody's getting sucked into it that doesn't fucking deserve to get sucked into it, because you got a certain demographic of people in power that, because they are living really fucked up, chaotic lives, they want to make everybody else suffer with them.
Well, there is a photograph, TD, of JD Vance in a dress. I don't know if you've seen that.
I've seen all those with his city party wig on. Yes, I saw that.
And
'Cause
if you read his book and you saw that movie he made, there was a movie he made that with Glenn Close played his grandmother. He was having sex with a couch. So
yeah,
yeah.
I mean, the way he came at Valinsky, the way that he came at Valinsky, I mean, shows his personality type. I mean, he's a whole pussy. Let me just say that. He's a fucking pussy. There's nothing about him that's masculine. There's nothing about him that is, because masculinity is a force, it's a power. Okay. There's a dysfunctional masculinity and there's a righteous masculinity and a divine masculinity, none of which those people in power are. They are not divine masculine. They are not morally bound masculine. Okay. Masculine is just a power. It's a power in the universe, just the same as femininity. Femininity is a power in the universe, but there's a different type of form of femininity. There's different forms of femininity, and there's a dysfunctional femininity as well. The same as there's a dysfunctional male patriarchy and and a dysfunctional masculine.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
And unfortunately, guys like you who are looking to find, a future wife, to settle down, have a family, you're caught in the crosshairs of all this shit. And I am too, as a woman.
But I'm more accepting the fact that it's not gonna come to me.
You got to stop putting that in the universe, Big J, because I don't think you're right about that.
I think that phase of life is over with. I'm on something else.
Listen, I'm 57. That doesn't mean my phase of life is over with. And if it's meant for me to be with somebody, I'm going to be with somebody. If it's meant for me to get married, I'm going to get married. And I don't care, because it's between me, God, and the person in the universe chosen for me. And I feel like you shouldn't be saying that because, yeah, it's not over for you. You're just barely 40.
Oh well. Okay. But
Yeah, I think you're letting, the sadness of the world speak for your divine path in life, and you can't do that. But you got to put yourself out there. You know, you got to do something to get blessed for it. You know what I mean? Which means getting out there, mingling. You know what I mean? You got to go mingle.
all right. That's why I said I'm going back to school for various
Yeah, go back.
reasons.
Yeah.
You know, so
TD said, Big J isn't an isolated situation. Plenty of good men aren't finding what they're looking for. And I agree with that. Just same as good women aren't finding what they're looking for. He said, because like Pierce said, y'all have unrealistic expectations. That's the point. So voices unbothered. What I'm trying to say is a lot of these men say they want this, and this virtuous type woman, but on the other side of their mouth, they're speaking a whole different language. So there's not, they're unevenly yoked within themselves. They really don't want what they say they want. Because if they really wanted what they say they want, they would get it. She said they want Cooking with Kaya. TD said between men and women, men are way more practical. I wouldn't say that. I would not say that.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about that TTD. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
If you talk to some of these people online, and it's kind of like with Sigmund Freud had the Madonna and the whore complex. See, some guys want this side. Okay, I'm gonna use this. I'm use that as a point.
Mm-hmm.
Some men like big women, right? Some
Mm-hmm.
men like, they belong, the BBWs.
Yeah.
But he will not date or marry the BBW because he's more trying to impress the other men that he surrounds himself with or his parents.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why, though, some men are not happy because they're trying to satisfy somebody else with this woman.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to impress.
They're not authentic. They're not being their authentic self.
Right.
I feel like this. I feel like men, divine men aren't scared of shit. Divine men take the type of woman they want and they keep the type of woman they want. They're not scared to go get a woman. Whatever the woman is their type. Let's just say their type is a woman with red hair and freckles. They're going to go get that red hair, freckle faced woman because that's what they like. And they're not scared about it.
Pierre, are we continue this we have on Bronzeberg channel because we mentioned?
No, I'm just saying I'm just saying that it doesn't matter what the type is. Let's just say a woman's missing an arm or whatever. They don't care. They're man enough to be in the relationship with not caring with whatever defect or fault that she has physically, or him for that matter. A woman to a man, a divine woman doesn't care about certain faults. She doesn't care. Do you know what I'm saying?
And Pierre, I want to apologize for having on Bronzeberg channel. Yeah, we kind of went too far in that.
No, that don't bother me at all.
Okay.
Have your men talk. Have your boy talk. Have your you talk about your. I don't care about that. That don't bother me.
Yeah, you was like, because like you was
because let me jump off the panel. Go ahead and have your talk.
Yeah, and me and Bronzeberg were trying to call you back in. She was like, no, me and Bronzeberg were trying. We were talking about the examples, right? Mm-hmm. And then and that's why I was bringing up Cuba Gooding Jr.'s son, who is also mixed. He's also biracial. We was talking about biracial girls, and I brought the actress that I had a crush on, Jessica Kennedy Parker, and then it took a life on its own. God
knows I didn't let nobody control my choices in men. Okay. I dated and I was with the men that I liked about them. Whatever their skin tone was, whatever the case may be, I was with who I wanted to be with, unapologetically. Mm-hmm. And I feel like the only way you're going to be happy and content in your life is to be with who makes you happy, no matter what that looks like.
Right. Yeah, I forgot to apologize to you for that. That because
you don't have to apologize to me for that.
Okay.
No.
Because it was comical how you said, oh, it's boy talk. I gotta go. You said something like that. And I said, oh no, don't leave, Pierre, don't leave. Yeah, but yeah.
No, you have listen. Yeah, because I have things that I think is attractive to me, which other women might not find attractive. I like what's sexy to me in men. This is me personally, is
Mhm.
men who look like a Samoan man, like a big man. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, muscular arms, muscular legs, but he doesn't have a six pack. You know what I'm trying to say?
A dad bod. You like
Not
dad
really. When you say dad bod, I'm not not a not a like
a
a
big dog.
huge, no, not like that. No, not
Um.
like not like they're 9 months pregnant. No, no.
Okay. Let me see. I'm trying to remember. I can't think of
I
any
tell you,
man.
A Samoan man. That's what I'm telling you, straight up.
I think the
Samoan
closest.
men are husky. They're husky men.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I play football with them. You know. Yeah. They are.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember who's famous that you might know. I think well I know some wrestlers who are kin to The Rock. You know
Hmm.
I did a wrestling live stream the other day.
Hmm.
Yeah, The Rock's first cousin, Dwayne Johnson's first cousins.
Yeah.
Um, if I show you pictures of you, let me see who Roman Reigns. No, but he kind of got six pack. That wrestling family. The
Voices
family.
says she loves dad bods. Okay, girl. Yay.
Yeah, a dick body man. He might play football.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But also, what's attractive to me is a very intelligent man. I'm a very intelligent men are sexy to me. Like that's what's sexy to me. Men who know their shit. That's sexy to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I like a guy that he's got a sense of humor. He's funny as fuck. I like funny guys. You know what I mean?
Right. 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 Yeah. I just
You're gonna find what you're looking for, Big J. You gotta stop putting yourself in this box of, of like on the Christmas movie, what was the one in Santa Claus with where all the defective toys go? What is that? What was that in the movie? The Toyland or something, or Broken Toys or some shit like that. You got to stop putting yourself in that type of space when it comes to getting married or finding a woman to be compatible with. Cause you're funny. Like you listen, Big J, you just have to be your authentic self. You don't have to be with somebody and then try to put on a show for them. This is how I feel. Life is too short. I'm 57. I don't want to date somebody that I have to feel like I have to put on a show and entertain them. I don't fucking want that type of relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. It's too much effort, it's too much energy. I'm not trying to go there. I want to be in a relationship where things click and are compatible and have the fundamentals there of respect and all those different components. Yeah, I'm not trying to put on a show for nobody. This is, what you see is what you get type thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like you shouldn't be trying to put on a show for anybody either. You should just be who you are. This is the thing though, Big J, if you ever showed you doing stuff around your ranch, you know what I'm saying? If you ever did that, you know how quick you'd find a mate? You don't put anything personal out. And if you were really, really, really trying to look for somebody, you would put some kind of personal stuff out. You don't have to dox yourself, no, but you could put some personal stuff out about yourself.
I guess I just think that my mindset is on the whole. I don't really want to make it personal about me, but For me, I think that what I was looking for, I wanted it yesterday, not today.
Who is this person? Real Talk Pod Box.
I don't know who that is.
Can I block this person?
I'm trying to figure out who that is.
Can I block him?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. I'll see who this is later on. Um,
I think that's somebody trolling.
yeah, that's probably a troll. Um, yeah. If you see somebody named Garcia,
No, I know who that is. That's
Yeah.
from Miss Elite's channel.
yeah, block him too.
I haven't
Um,
seen him.
yeah, well, he been around here, you know, a few times. So you see
Mhm.
him bounce his ass off of here.
Okay.
But I just you know, I don't know. I'm not really concentrating on that anymore. I'm more on. Let me
Why
just.
don't you vlog, Big J? You can vlog and not show yourself or show people you're around. You could go vlog just, like being out in nature in Texas somewhere. You know what I mean? Go way away from your house, of course, but go vlog and do something, Big J. I'm telling you, you'd find a mate quick.
Okay, but I'm just more focused on going back to school.
I
Well, I'm
mean, you're gonna meet somebody in
considering.
school if you do that.
No, I won't. I'm not going. I'm not going to try and find. I'm just going to go back to school, get what I need, and and just make some money. I'm not really. I'm
What are
not really
you What
feeling
are you thinking of going to school for?
that. I'm just going to get what I get get that other degree that I was in. Um,
Oh, okay.
yeah, I'm just going to get that, and hopefully, I just want to complete what I started. These loose ends.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to sew up all these loose ends that
Yeah,
I have, and just and move on.
yeah.
So that's all. That's all. Because I don't feel um complete without you know um I don't feel complete without finishing what I have started.
I mean, yeah. If you feel like that is gonna fill some type of void in you, yeah, go back to school.
Yeah. So.
I accomplished what I wanted to accomplish, and right now I'm just relaxing.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I did what had set out to do. I did it for a few years, and now I'm gonna go in a different avenue, and I'm good with that. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Can I say something? I know
Yeah.
Queen's not here,
Go
but
ahead.
do you know why do you know what really bothers people on social media about Queen? You want me to tell you what bothers them?
You go ahead.
She is so authentic and so comfortable being the woman that she is. They hate it. They hate to see somebody be able to function and walk and talk and be joyful and happy the way that they choose to present. And it scares the fuck out of people seeing people like Queen with that type of confidence
And you're right.
on YouTube.
And you're right. And I'm being attacked because I'm associated with her. You know. And
Well,
shout out.
likewise though, Big J, she got attacked for you too now.
Right. Yeah. And that's a woman who is married. She got kids.
Comfortable.
You know.
She's comfortable in her skin. She's
Right.
comfortable in her life. She's comfortable and she's unapologetic. And she should not have to apologize to anyone for
Facts.
being her authentic self.
Facts. That's facts. So
Yeah.
calling her a bad maiden and call and saying she did this and she did that, those untruthful bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I mean,
there was no
we've all been there. I mean, how many times have they said, that I was in another state sucking some man's dick and shit? Like, they've said so many horrible things, and I've met no dudes on here. None.
right. It's just that I just I feel so defensive. Way to come after you and come after Queen like that, and just
Hmm.
and just making up shit up as they go. Like,
Yeah, they
really,
make up lies.
you
But
know?
the reason why they hate her is because she's so comfortable in her skin, being her authentic woman that she is. And that bothers weak men, that bothers weak women, to be able to see a woman just be just existing and breathing and living and loving and being who they are. You know what I'm saying?
Now Queen's probably at work though, but she was here earlier in the chat, so
Hmm.
she's probably at work. So it's like that's what she's probably watching right now. She
Or
can't.
maybe she could be sleeping too.
Yeah, that might even be true too. But
Yeah.
I'm suspecting she might be at work right now. She can't say anything. But
No.
some of us do like I'm off tonight, so I usually be at work right now at this late, and that's part
Yeah.
of the reason why though. Um, I don't go out as much because I work at nights.
Hmm.
Um, so that's part of the reason why I don't go out. I ain't meeting people as I should. You
Hmm.
know. Um, so so I think
I
that's
mean,
me.
I could be doing that too, but I'm really liking being like at home right now. I like sleeping in now. I like just like I'm giving my body a whole rest, my spirit a whole rest, and I'm just not wanting to be anywhere. You know what I mean? I'm not wanting to go anywhere.
Right, right, right. But I think that's all I can say for the night, Pierre.
Yeah. Well, Big J, go back to school, fill that void what you wanted to fill, and then take it from there
Okay.
and see how you feel.
Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking about that. Uh,
When are you gonna
Saturday
start?
night.
When are you gonna start back to school? In like September?
Probably this summer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to get my money up and take these two courses.
Mhm.
These two courses, and then I'll go from there.
Yeah.
Uh, and hopefully hopefully I'll be satisfied. Um, you know, because
Mhm.
I was thinking about it. Oh, what the hell going on? The lights going off? Hold on, let me turn this lamp on. I don't want the light bulb to go off. Hold on, turn the
Mhm.
light on real quick.
You need some of them light bulbs that you can connect to your phone, where you can turn your lights on when you're not there and stuff with your
Right,
phone.
right. I probably might want to buy, but I still got them old bulbs though that's been in the closet for a long time, so
Yeah.
I'm still using them. Um, I get those when I run out of these, and these ones run a
Can you
long
hear my
time.
dog snoring?
No, I don't.
God, she's over there snoring.
Yeah. It will be something different. TD, it'll be something else. So yeah, I just think that uh, you know, like Saturday, I was like, I was still harping on why I'm angry about me not being demonetized and all that shit. And I said, you know what, fuck it. I'll just go back to school and shit. And
Well, you heard what Rude said. Rude
but
said that they when he was on YouTube really a lot and he was getting money off of YouTube, he was monetized too, and then they did him like that too, and he's like, you know what? Let me change gears, and then he went into truck. He went to trucking school, and now look what he's doing.
mm-hmm.
He's
Yeah,
loving his life.
yeah,
You just need to do something that's going to make you love being who you are. You know what I mean?
right, right. So
Yeah.
yeah, so um, and plus though, I've been trying to. Well, I'll tell you this in the background what I'm trying to
Yeah,
do.
yeah, yeah.
On something else, had something to do with YouTube and who I'm trying to interview. I still
I know who
cannot,
you're trying to. I know who you are because we talked about it.
and I'm having difficulty.
Yeah, and I'm worried because I'm going to tell you what I'm worried about. There's two things I'm worried about. Nobody's really seen Kendrick Lamar since the Super Bowl. Have you?
mm, I don't follow Kendrick Lamar like that. I don't follow
But
him.
I haven't seen anything about him anywhere after the Super Bowl. And then that one person that you're talking about,
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard anything from that person.
Because the only thing I noticed about that person is I'm hearing from that person's partner.
So-called
And
partner? Do we even know she's married?
she is.
Okay.
I went on that person's Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah, that person's married. Um, he's guarding her, and they're not talking. I mean, they're not talking to people who are, the only people who are talking is their friends. They kind of form a
Hmm.
little bubble. So
Well, I get her feeling upset because she went with a couple people, right? And they didn't even stand up for her.
There is another video from another vantage point. There was a man who was trying to intervene from the other side of that event. I don't know if you saw that. You
I
probably
didn't see
saw that.
that. I never saw
Okay.
that.
Well, there was a man trying to approach those men,
Hmm.
but he got intersected, and there was like another fifth man. They got him up and out of there. So
Hmm.
that's not, because the vantage point you see it from the behind, but
Hmm.
at the front you see the entire, because one man was coming from, like, you couldn't see the other man that was going to defend her.
Hmm.
So they got him out of there before he even got intervened.
Hmm.
So that's why people say, well, how
Well,
come no
Big
men?
J, let me tell you, any women that are speaking out in a lot of these small town hall meetings and stuff, political places and stuff,
Yeah.
these women are getting pushed out of all of them for speaking. Did you know that?
I noticed I noticed there's a lot of pushback now at
Hmm.
some of these town hall meetings now
Hmm.
about what's going on. So
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit going on, Big J.
Hmm.
And that's another thing that's got me sad. I feel sad. You know what I mean? Because it's setting women back. It's setting different groups of people back. Yeah, it's sad.
Yeah.
Alrighty, Big J, I'm gonna get off of here.
All right, Dan Pierre.
All right.
Thank you. Thank
No,
you.
thanks for having me up, Big J. Because I get aggressive when I talk about stuff like that. I can't stand dysfunctional men. It just fucking pisses me off. I can't stand the government that we're under right now. I fucking can't stand it. Alrighty, Big J.
All right, Dan Pierre. You have a good one.
You too. Talk to you later. Bye.
All right, bye bye. So shout out to Pierre and shout out to Queen Sun Kiss. I'm about to end this live stream. I'm calmed down now. I'm just I don't know how to feel. I don't know how to feel about it. It's more like it's like a up and down type feeling, a roller coaster ride of emotions. Anger, then there's resignations, then there's happiness, and there's anger again, and it's up and down, up and down, up and down. About all this, So I don't know. But like I said, I'm just gonna go ahead and do something else, do something different. So anyway, y'all be easy. I'll see y'all next time. I think about doing a video. Hopefully I get that interview. I'm trying hard to get that interview, trying hard to get interviews done. I'm trying to reach out to 4 people to talk to, because I really want them to have a say. So anyway, thank y'all for dropping by, and I'll talk to y'all next time. So anyway, I'm out.